All right, everybody, welcome back to our next edition of Jets Therapy Season 2. Today, Dan and I are going to talk about the draft a little bit, give our grade, just a quick run through of some picks, and then we're going to talk about the big one that just came out this last week is the schedule. So we're going to go through, see where we're at, and see if Dan and I kind of think the same on the schedule. Who knows?
Let's go, baby. All right, so the draft has come and gone. The schedule for the upcoming year is here. So let's give initial reactions to the draft, man. How do you feel about what Joe Douglas and Saleh put together?
This is it, dude. Like I all weekend had a smile on my face, just thinking it couldn't have gone. I don't think it could have gone any better. You know what I mean? Like I maybe didn't get the people I thought we would. You know, I thought we would go after Thibodeau, but I don't know, or Jameson Williams. But we got Sauce. We got Jermaine Johnson. We traded back up for him. Like how he fell that far, I don't know. So how we got the players we got, it was magic. It was a magical weekend. If you want me to get a grade on it, dude, A to A+ for sure.
Yeah, you almost can't want. I mean, it's almost the complete ideal, perfect scenario.
Yeah,
but every single pick was almost exactly what we needed. We went after needs, and the amazing thing is that the main thing that people say about Joe Douglas, he's not flashy. He doesn't go after the big picks. He makes smart picks. He just builds up the line. But he completely got rid of all of those agendas, all of those stories that Joe Douglas wasn't going to step outside of his comfort zone with picks. It's completely erased. And I mean, that dude is just a genius, just a complete magician when it comes to trading up, trading down, moving into spots where he knows that he might lose the players that he wants to get. But let's take it back. Give me your initial reactions, because everybody thinks we're going defensive end. Everybody thinks we're going edge rusher for the most part. The number one pick. Some people had, cornerback. Some people had defensive back that high. But for the most part, I think on everybody's list, obviously we wanted Hutchinson. And when Hutchinson didn't go number one, I was like, is there a chance that
there's a chance?
Yeah. But, obviously he went number two. And then it goes to us at number 4. And we still have Thibodeau still on the board. I would say that 75% of Jets fans probably wanted us to go Thibodeau.
Yeah.
We did Sauce Gardner. What is your initial reaction to that?
I love it. I love the pick. I mean, I haven't, again, some time to marinate on it. The day of, I was like, you know what? That's, like you said, man, we filled holes. We filled areas of need. And I thought, we got Lawson coming back. We got JFM. We still have Quinnen Williams. Our D-line, I don't want to say was good, but I think cornerback was a bigger need. So to see them give Ulbrich a bit of help and give Saleh, some sauce, dare I say, in the back of that defensive backfield, I'm very excited, man. Dude, the kid didn't let up a touchdown his whole college career.
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah.
So my only thing is that he's lanky, he's long, he's lean, but he's a little too lean. So I'm sure he'll get beefed up a little bit, but
yeah, he'll put on weight. I mean, everybody's comparing him for the most part to Cromartie, I would say. I mean, that's as far as just his length and just like his body weight and his arm span and all that type of stuff. He's very similar to Antonio Cromartie.
His size, he's I mean,
size. Very rarely do you have a guy that size that can move like that. And that's what we needed. I mean, and the good thing now about defensive backs, cornerback in specific, is we have depth there. I mean, Bryce Hall now moves into pretty much like a supplementary, category.
We got DJ Reed. And again, competition breeds better players. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that backfield's going to be, I think, much improved. You know what I mean?
Still have Eccles out there. I mean, he was playing.
We still got Pinnock, White. So safeties now, you know what I mean? So we still got some Michael Carter too. So again, we got great guys back there. So
so that kind of solidified, I would say, the defensive back position, the cornerback position specifically.
Yeah.
And then at 10, we kind of can do anything that we want. Essentially, Jermaine Johnson's still on the board.
Yeah.
So we can still go defensive end. I think some people might have thought that we might have traded back at number 10.
We might have traded out. We might, there was a lot of talk about Debo trading 10 for Debo, which apparently we did make an offer, including the 10 pick, and San Francisco didn't want it. But man, I'm happy with Garrett Wilson, dude. I had him. Man. He was my number 2. I still think Jameson Williams is probably the top wide receiver in the board, but it's tough. It's tough to pick a a player just coming off injury. I get that, but
Yep.
Garrett Wilson's gonna be dirty, man.
Dude,
Fast,
I mean,
run any route.
between him and I mean Corey Davis, Braxton Berrios, Garrett Wilson, and Elijah Moore. I mean,
Don't
you
forget
put a lot,
Mims too.
dude, and Mims. I mean, people are saying that he looks like a stud. But between Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson, I mean, they're a very similar type of player. I would say Garrett Wilson has a little bit more size, maybe than Elijah Moore. But you almost line both those guys up in the slot on the left and right. I don't know who you cover. I mean, between their speed, their agility, their hands, I mean, those guys are going to be a force, a complete force on the inside. And Elijah Moore can go deep. Garrett Wilson can go deep. We really that rounded out the wide receiver core extremely well. Yeah. Where I mean, I feel I have never felt better than I did when we had Fitzpatrick and he was throwing touchdowns at Eric Decker,
Marshall and Decker,
and Brandon Marshall. So Joe Douglas did everything he needed to do in the top 10 in order to, and he went flashy. And that's what I was saying. I mean, people thought that he would just maybe go offensive line, defensive end. But he picked up that cornerback that we needed, picked up that wide receiver that we needed. And then, the first round keeps going.
How's he slide? I honestly, I fell asleep for this one. We talked about this. I fell asleep.
Yeah, that's right.
I woke up and was like end of the draft and like, we picked again.
Yeah, exactly.
After the first night, so I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah, and I think that, and he was trying to trade up, I think, for a while to get Jermaine Johnson, and finally got to 26.
After pick 15. He was on the phone. So
I think it was with the Titans that they finally were like, okay, we'll take it. And I mean, Jermaine Johnson, I mean, I think other teams just had more needs than going defensive end. And you get lucky. That's sometimes that happens. You get lucky. I mean, we had him in our top 12 or top 8, maybe something along those lines. And for him to slide to 26 was just a complete gift. So not only did we get 2 huge needs, a cornerback and wide receiver, Jermaine Johnson is a day one impact type of player. Yeah. And if you have Carl Lawson, who can hopefully return to 85% of his form that he used to be. You know, if he's in interviews, it looks like he's going to be the guy that we thought he was last year. Yeah. So I'm so excited to see him. I mean, that's just like picking up a free agent essentially in the offseason.
Exactly.
And now you have Jermaine Johnson come in, is a day one impact type of player. I mean, then you got Michael Clemens on the side, on the end as well. Dude.
Best football quote I've ever heard, man. You make a man respect you by hitting him in the face a lot. Like that's a little paraphrase, but he's a scary looking dude, and he
is. Did you see that interview with him when he was answering questions? They'll ask him a question. Yeah, they'll ask him a question, and he'll just like stare at somebody for like 3 seconds. Where you like, is this guy going to attack me? Is he upset?
Yeah,
but he's just super reserved, I guess, off the field, and he kind of just bottles up all of those emotions that he feels off the field and just takes it out on offensive linemen on the field. So I'm excited there. And it's an A+ first round, and there's a little bit, I want to preface this. Yes, we had an A+ first round, but when you have 2 top 10 picks in the first round,
kind of hard not to.
You're most likely going to have a good first round. Right? Everyone's like, oh, we blew it out of the park. And I think what we mean is that he had the ability to trade up and get Jermaine Johnson, who was falling.
Yeah.
So, because if, let's say he would have taken Thibodeau at 4 and then wide receiver at 10, you kind of in your head, what does he then do? Because I think that he was going to trade up no matter what, but he would have gotten his defensive end and he would have gotten his wide receiver.
Yeah.
So kind of and Sauce would have been off the field, off the draft board. So what would he have done? I think what he probably would have done is traded up and gotten Breece Hall in the first round
earlier,
instead of letting him go into the second round early. So I think that if we wouldn't have gotten Jermaine Johnson late, if he would have been taken off the board, we would have went Breece Hall. So I think it would have been, which would have still been probably an A to A+ instead of just a complete A+. Yeah. I honestly think that the Jermaine Johnson was the bonus. I don't know if they would have gone defensive end other than just taking Michael Clemens later on.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that we would have just taken running back, but the fact that we got Jermaine Johnson complete A+ first round and then getting Breece Hall early in the second round.
Trading.
What were your thoughts there? Because a lot of people thought we were going linebacker.
I mean, that's, to me, this offseason, looking at it, and we'll talk about this another time, but I still think linebacker is a bit of a need. I mean, I like rolling with Quincy and Mosley and Davis, but I don't know, man. We'll see how that goes. But Breece Hall, I look at him like a Le'Veon Bell, Jonathan Taylor type player, and I think he'll partner great with Michael Carter. I love Michael Carter, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes and how that partnership goes. But I love the pick. I think I didn't necessarily think running back was a need, but you're going to add playmakers to your team, and that's what you want. And Breece Hall is a playmaker, so
Yeah. Yeah. I would say before that pick, I liked our running back room with Tevin Coleman,
yeah,
Todd Johnson, and Michael Carter, and Michael Carter was going to be the feature back going into the year. I mean, he was really good. Tevin Coleman was just probably going to help him out on third down, whatever it may be. But Michael Carter was going to be that featured back who was in there almost every single play. And I think that he would have gotten run down a little bit come week 13, come 12, 13, 14. That's when you start getting a little run down as a running back. But taking Breece Hall, I mean, he's a home run hitter. Yeah. And I don't think Michael Carter was that guy. I think he's shifty. I think he catches the ball out of the backfield. He can make guys miss. He can bust off a 15, 20-yarder whenever he wants. But Breece Hall, dude, is that home run hitter. I mean, he could take the ball 75 yards for a touchdown. He can.
Every touch.
I compare him to almost to like an Adrian Peterson type of guy.
Okay.
I think that he is going to be an absolute stud. And now I love our running back room. Yeah. Before I liked it. Now I love it. I mean, Breece Hall, Michael Carter, and then you have Tevin Coleman. I don't know really when that guy plays other than, maybe on third downs or whatever it may be. But yeah, I absolutely love that room now. And what Joe Douglas is doing is he's removing any excuses for Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
really,
I agree.
In terms of strictly offense, and it's a little bit scary, he has completely put Zach Wilson in a position for success. Between wide receivers, tight end, offensive line, and running backs, it's one of the best offenses now on paper that we've ever had in the past.
I agree with that.
So it's really just on the young 22-year-old Zach Wilson to see if he can come in here and be the guy, be that number 2 pick that we needed him to be.
Yeah.
But dude, I think if he's even just average, just be average, and I think that we can get 8 wins.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think so. And you'll see. Well, you'll see when we talk about that schedule in just a minute, man. I think we can go higher than 8. I think the current Vegas bet is 5.5 over.
All right, I want you to go high, and then I'm going to try to level us out. I'm going to try I'll bring us back down to earth, but I want you to be up there. I want you to just. We'll go
through.
Almost give me best case scenario for all the games. Let's be as optimistic as possible. But before we go to the schedule, talk to me about Ruckert. What do you think about the tight end?
Yeah, so just kind of, those last 3 guys, we got Ruckert, Mitchell, and then Clemens. I mean, I love Clemens. I love his size, a great young prospect. You know what I mean? Kind of liken it to when we picked Jabari Zuniga. Like he didn't pan out, but I'm thinking, Clemens is gigantic, and I like his attitude so far. Ruckert, dude, is hometown hero. You know what I mean? He was a Jets fan growing up. So to have him, I think he's going to be another young one to learn. We got Conklin and Uzoma now to teach him and show him the ropes. And that tight end room again is probably I want to say that tight end is probably the best we've had since I've been a Jet fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know too much about the tight end room in the 70s and the 80s and stuff that.
But
but I mean, Chris Herndon was supposed to be the guy that would pan out, and he really didn't.
No.
Probably Anthony Becht. I mean, he was
Justin
our guy.
Keller was probably for a while was our best tight end for a long time. Yeah. But I think Conklin's going to be the guy, and I think Uzoma is another solid addition. So I'm very excited.
I love Conklin.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude is just a beast.
Yeah.
He's an absolute beast on the field. He runs over dudes. And the thing about CJ Uzoma and Tyler Conklin is that they're yards after catch type of guys too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not just catching the ball and taking 4 steps and falling over. I mean, those guys' mindset is like, I'm now a receiver. I want to score a touchdown. I want to get in the end zone.
Yeah.
So, and Uzama's a little older. I think he's 31. So he might only have 2 years, 3 years of production, on if we can get that out of him. And then you have someone like Ruckert who's going to just learn the offense for the next 2 or 3 years, and then hopefully step in and just be the stud that we think he can be. I mean, I don't know if we're comparing him to, some of the top guys in the league. I don't know, but we'll have to see. I think that he's a stud.
And then, Mitchell's just a good versatile offensive lineman. He's played tackle, so he's got that outside help. I think
more depth.
We've got some question marks with Becton. I mean, everything he looks good. Videos I've seen from training, he looks good. But who knows? But again, that O-line has quickly become a strength of ours. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm real happy with those late drafts. So
And again, giving Zach Wilson every chance to be successful. And
Yep.
that offensive line was not great last year. I mean, Laken Tomlinson, Elijah Vera Tucker, Becton. I mean,
Fant.
yeah, Noah Fant. I mean, he's just removing every excuse possible.
The only question mark is center still, but I thought McGovern played well
Yeah.
towards the end of the year last year.
End of the year, he did.
I'm not too upset. I think another year in our system, is just going to be better. So we'll see.
Right. Exactly.
All right,
dude,
Dan.
let's do it. Let's get into the schedule.
Get into
it
the
off with
schedule.
the Ravens, man. What do you think about playing Baltimore, Lamar Jackson? Obviously, a good team, a team that people are picking to go deep into the playoffs potentially. What do you think about starting off with Lamar?
Home game, September 11th. Lean it off against the Baltimore Ravens, Dan. I don't know. I don't see us. I had this as a loss, to be honest with you. I have this as a loss against the first, our run defense was terrible last year. We were the worst defense in the league.
Yep.
Everybody talks about Zach Wilson needing to step up this year. I think Zach Wilson does need to step up, but I need our defense to step up if we want to win games. And I don't know. I see us losing the first game. I do.
Okay, you didn't go high on me like I wanted you to.
There's other games. Don't worry.
All right, I think
First
we're
one
gonna
out the gate though.
I think we're gonna balance each other out really well. I'm curious to see. We haven't talked about this beforehand.
No,
guys, so this is gonna be funny. So I have us beating the Ravens.
Okay.
For two main reasons. It's 9/11, and so I mean Salah had
story game.
9/11. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Salah's brother was in the towers right before they went down.
Yes, but he got out.
Yeah, he got out, but it's an
out.
emotional game. I think that he's going to come out firing. MetLife Stadium is going to be friggin' jumping, dude. I mean, I think it's going to be crazy there. I think that Zach is going to step up to the challenge. I see Lamar being shaky out of the gates. I think he still needs to. I mean, Lamar is Lamar, obviously, but I think that the Ravens, just in general, and they brought in some new guys. They're going to have to solidify, and hopefully, we're able to kind of come together. If all of our pieces are able to come together on that first game and really show us what we drafted them for and why we signed them in free agency. I see us winning this game strictly from just the energy that I think the fans are going to bring our team.
Yeah. I hope we win that one. But all right. So number 2, Browns. Yeah. I had us winning it because I don't think Watson's going to be playing. I don't think Watson's going to be playing.
We hope not.
I hope not, but I don't think so. But
paper so I can
on the road into Cleveland. I think we take it. I think we're coming off that loss from coming off the loss of Baltimore in my head, and we take it to the Browns. We take it to a Watsonless Browns, and we take it home.
All right, I love it. I have the same thing. Yeah, I don't think that Deshaun is there. I mean, you have to think that the NFL is going to give him some sort of a suspension.
You would think so.
You would think. But you never know. The NFL, Goodell, and they do whatever they want. Maybe they want him there because he's just going to be, he's going to sell tickets and whatever it may be. But so I have us winning as well. I see just us building on that.
To start the season.
2-0 to start the season.
Like it. All right.
I think I'm going to be the foolish one in this. But I see us going 2-0, winning the first 2. And playing well versus the Browns. I don't think that there are anything really to be scared of. I mean, either are the Jets, but I think that
very true.
I think that we've done so much. I think that we've done more than any other team in the NFL. I think Zach Wilson is going to be the stud that we think that he's going to be. He's doing everything right in the offseason. And we've only heard good things, man. We've only good things. He meshes and he gels with every one of his wide receivers. Everyone seems to love his fight and his drive and his work ethic. So I see us starting the season 2-0.
All right. Game 3, Bengals.
We win.
At home. No, damn, really? Okay.
No.
Coming home, facing the Bengals. We got Lawson. We got some old Bengals on our team. We're trying to get Okunjobi, right? Okunjobi, yeah.
Something like that.
Like that, I think, yeah.
It's not Okunjobi, but it's something.
It's something like that. Yeah, it is. It is. I think it is. I don't know. But anyway, we're trying to get him. So we got some ex-Bengals, man, but I don't see us making them. I think they're the best team in the AFC.
We beat them last year.
Yeah, they were last year. So, we'll see. I don't see us winning that one. So
yeah, I don't see us winning that one. Yeah, I see us lose. I mean, Joe Burrow, man, he's a stud.
Jamar
think
Chase.
that
Good.
Jamar Chase, I think that the fact that we beat them last year, they're going to come back and be like, we're not freaking losing to the Jets again.
Yeah.
So I see us losing. I don't see us overcoming that offense. I like our defense. I love it. Again, we've done everything we need to do to solidify that, other than maybe the linebacker spot like we talked about, but I don't see us beating the Bengals. We go 2-1.
Yeah. All right.
Move on to the Steelers, man.
I got us at 1-2 right now. You're at 2-1. So here we go. On to the Steelers. What do you think?
So I have us beating the Steelers.
Me too.
Yeah, W.
Me too. Yeah.
God.
Mitch Trubisky, I don't think's the answer. I think
I am such a fool here. 3-1. What am I doing?
Hey.
I don't care. I do not care.
Yeah,
3-1, baby. Yeah, Mitch Trubisky. What do you think?
I think we'll bottom up.
Unless they add somebody else in free agency.
They've got Claypool still, so I don't know. So we'll
yeah,
never know. But I think we win that one.
I think it's a really tough game. I think that we're going to be going in there with a lot of momentum, and I think that's going to carry through.
Yeah. It's one of those games that we should win. You know what I mean? It's like one of those could go either way, but if we want to, show improvement, we want to see what Saleh and Douglas and Ulbrich are building and LaFleur, then that's a game we should win. We need to win. You know what I mean? So.
Right. Exactly.
All right. Home against the Finns.
I love how many. 1, 2. You got a W for that?
Yeah. Home. Yeah. Dan, I'll let you in on a secret. We're sweeping the Finns this year. I don't care. We're doing it. We're beating them both.
This is unbelievable because I have them winning too and starting the season 4-1.
Dan.
Oh my God, dude. What am I?
I'm at 3-2 right now.
Why am I doing 3-2? Okay, 3-2, 4-1. Dude, I mean, I know we're probably being overly optimistic here, but there's reason for it.
Yeah.
This is not without, what's the saying? This is not without cause.
Yeah.
We have done so many things to put us. There's actually, I had some friends over here yesterday, and they were like, "Have the Jets added anybody in free agency?" I was like, "Oh God," like no one knows except for Jet fans what we're doing, and I think we're going to surprise some people.
I sure hope so.
I mean, we got everything. The thing that Joe Douglas is doing is bringing in winners.
Yeah,
guys that win, guys that lead, culture changers, and we have so many of those type of guys. And I feel like this is the year that everything comes together. You can't win 4 games this year. You cannot.
No.
If you win 4 games this year, I don't know what you do. I don't know.
We just close shop, just done. The Jets are no more. That's it.
Seriously, dude, move them out.
Move the team somewhere else.
All right. So you got him at 3-2. I got him at 4-1.
All right. Going to Lambeau.
Nah. You have a W for this?
I do. I have us on a W.
Wild animal.
I have us at a W. And
tell me why, because I would love to know why we beat
Rodgers is shaking up. I don't know, man. We'll see how he's just coming off a great season. So I don't know, but I see us losing in Lambeau. I see us losing early in the season against Baltimore and Bengals, and then going on just a little roll. This would be our 3rd win in a row. I think we can beat the Packers, man. We're playing older LaFleur. I think that's got some gumption to it with Mike at the bat, with Mike and the OC. So I think we'll get it, man. I think I do.
That's bold. I just don't see us overcoming that offense. I think that Aaron Rodgers just throws the ball all over us, and
it'll be a test for our defense.
I think it's a closer game than we think, because I think that I think that our offense next year is going to be average at the low end, and then can be better, average to good next year. So whatever good means. So I see us losing this game, unfortunately, and going 4-2.
All right. So we're 4-2 right now at the break.
We're both at 4-2.
Both at 4-2, just different ways to get there.
Yes.
All right. Away against the Broncos.
Guess what? I think Russell Wilson stinks.
You crazy son of a gun.
I think he's terrible. I think he stinks. He's old. He's going to get his knees taken out from under him. He's going to fall on his little baby ribs and his little baby hip, and he stinks. And you know why I really don't like him very much is because of the Mr. Unlimited video. I have completely held a grudge versus this man because of that. Just the most ridiculous thing.
You're just mad he didn't choose baseball, aren't you?
Got his wife in the background building him up. It's just embarrassing. I We
So
probably
you have us
so
winning that game?
I'm gonna put it this way. We probably lose, but I think we win.
I have us losing that game. I have us ending our 3-win streak on my board. So all
Yeah,
right. So you have a win. So you're 5-2.
5-2.
I'm 4-3. All right. Two divisional games before the bye now. So we got Pats at home, two home divisional games before the bye. So we got Pats first. What do you got?
I have a loss to the Pats.
I got us beating old Billy Boy at home, dude. Like you said, dude, I think there's just going to be a reinvigorated MetLife. I think
Yeah.
this is a different. We say it every year, though, right? This is the beginning of a Jet season. This is the lifespan of a Jet fan. The beginning of the year, off season is this high optimism. I think we beat Bill, though. I really do. I think I think we see the Patriots regress big time this year. What have
So
they
do
done?
I. And you know what? I'm changing it 6-2.
That was it. That's all I had to do to talk
That's
you into it.
dude. I'm
That's
losing it. I'm looking at like my record right now, and it's so unrealistic. I'm just continuing.
I didn't have to push
care.
it that hard, but I'll take
Someone's
it.
got to go high.
All right.
Because if it ends up being correct, someone has to say, I said that and I called it. I got us at 6-2. I got us beating the Cam.
Wait, 6-2.
Yeah.
I had it. Okay, yeah. That's right. Because you were 5-2. Yeah. All right. I got us at 5-3 right now.
Yeah. I think Mac Jones stinks. I think that he can't throw the ball. He can throw 10-yard passes.
I think he stinks.
I lost it. I'm on some.
Hopefully he's wearing some Gillette deodorant, man. You know, they are the stadium sponsor.
But you're right. They're coming into our house.
Yeah.
The only thing I worry about is Belichick trying to hurt Zach. Dude, Belichick's that guy's an animal.
Their defense, they'll be motivated for sure.
They're gonna go after his legs.
All right. Bills.
6-2. Got the Jets at 6-2, baby.
Home game at the Bills. Last one before the bye. I have us losing. I do.
The Bills are down to earth a little bit. I have
Bills are the top dog in the division. You got to know that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think it's a tough game.
Bills really, I think, are favored to win the Super Bowl.
I would go
something like that. So yeah, or at least the AFC. But yeah, I think that the Bills are one of the best teams in the league, at least top 3. They have everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those teams that have everything. 4 years ago, they had nothing, and now they have everything. That's kind of one of those teams that we hope to be in 3 years. Obviously, best case scenario for us, we hope to be the Bengals of last year because they went from worst to first type of situation. So, yeah, man, got us at 6-3, losing to the Bills.
All right, I got us at 5-4, 5-4 going into the bye. Now, okay. I will say I think our games before the bye were much more difficult than our games after. I think at the beginning, first half of our schedule is much more difficult to me overall than the back half.
Right.
All right. So coming out of the bye, we got the Patriots again, but we're going up to Foxborough. I have us losing this one. I have us losing this. And again, it's, the full optimist in me says, hey, we're sweeping the Finns and the Pats both in the division this year. But I want to stay a little grounded here. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to cut back down to earth a little bit. Losing to the Pats, just historically speaking, best predictor of the future is the past, and they have knocked us in the teeth every single year.
Yeah.
And especially in the last 3 or 4 years. So, I don't think we sweep the Patriots, but so we lose here. 6-4.
All right. So I got us 5-5.
So I got us
5-5. All right. Now the Bears coming to MetLife. I got us beating the Bears. I really do. Justin Fields. I feel that's going to be a made up, a pumped up game. Justin Fields versus, Zach Wilson. And I think we're just going to punch him right in the mouth. I
have no faith in Justin Fields.
I have no faith in the Bears organization. So the Bears stink.
The Bears.
You want to talk about Mac Jones stinking? The Bears stink.
Yeah.
So
Mac Jones stinks. Russell Wilson stinks.
They all stink.
Yeah, but Justin Fields, I don't have too much faith in him either. I don't think that he's going to be the guy that people are expecting him to be over there in Chicago. I got us beating them, going to 7-4.
All right, Vikings.
I got a loss.
See, I got to win.
All right.
I think that's probably a tough one. I had a few swing games that, the Packers, the Broncos, and the Vikings. Those are my 3. I think we beat. I think we beat them. I do. That's optimist in me, but I say we win.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
man. I mean, we very much well could. I think that they have a very high-powered offense.
Yep.
Even with
Cousins at quarterback.
thank
So
you, even with Kurt back there, and
Captain Kirk.
yeah, he can throw the ball around a little bit. He still has that gigantic contract. Don't
Yeah.
forget the Jet. That guy could have been a Jet. We offered him more money than to go to Minnesota, and he said no, thank you.
I'm
And
happy with Zach. I'm happy.
yeah, I think he's going to be. I think Zach's got all the right stuff. I really do. So I got us at 7-5, losing to the Vikings.
All right. So I got us at 7-5 too. So we're even here. We're even here.
All right, then we roll
Orchard Park. We go to the Bills.
into Buffalo, baby.
I think I think they beat us. I just don't see us beating the Bills. You know,
I mean, yeah.
I think again, maybe they're close games and then the game at MetLife is closer, but going up December, it's going to be cold in Buffalo. We'll see. Maybe we win, but I think we lose that one. So
it's tough. That's one of those that like maybe you squeak it out. We've played the Bills tough, in previous years. I can remember a couple of years we played in the first game of the season. We were like right there. I forget when it was. It might have been, I think it was Darnold's first year, something like that. We played them and we lost by like a field goal or like just on some BS play. So, yeah, I have us losing. I don't think we don't squeak a game out there. And I mean, I'm okay with that. We're not the Bills. The Bills have worked really hard to get to where they are as far as from a management perspective, and
they just lost Dabble, so we'll see we'll see if that affects them a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know. So, but you never know. All right, so both lost. So here we go. Detroit coming to MetLife. I think
I got a W.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I got a W. Dan Campbell, I love
him.
I mean,
love the attitude.
A player's coach.
They got Hutchison. He's gonna be I think he's gonna be great.
Yeah, he's going to be stud. He's going to get after the quarterback. So hopefully we're able to put Becton, whoever the heck, on him, and Becton comes back to his form. Becton's obviously a huge question mark, but hopefully he's able to come back and be the guy that he was in that first year. Well, I don't understand the hate that Becton gets. Like, the guy done nothing wrong other than have a guy roll up on his leg.
Yeah, but
I don't understand the hate.
They reported the injury was 4 to 6 weeks, and it took the entire season.
But he has nothing to do with that.
I know he doesn't, but then I don't,
I mean, people said that he should have healed quicker, and his body is so big, doesn't heal.
He's a giant man of a human. So yeah, I get that completely.
His staff were like, I don't understand why that was reported 4 to 6 weeks. This was never going to be 4 to 6 weeks. Some of his personal trainers. So I love Becton. He's a little bit immature.
The biggest knock with him is his immaturity, and I think his Saleh and Douglas preach this love of the game. And again, I don't want to question his love of the game, but he streams video games a lot. He's a big Twitter. He's big on Twitter. You know what I mean? So if there are things to look at to say like why this person doesn't love the game, those are things you kind of look at. Now, again, I love him too. I think he's a stud, but I understand some of the criticism. He didn't come to mandatory or voluntary, workouts. And again, keyword voluntary, but you and I both played collegiate sports, man. I mean, collegiate, I know, not pro, but the message you're sending when you're not going to those preseason voluntary workouts. You know what I mean? So there's a certain message that comes with that.
I mean, it's concerning. It's still lingering.
Yeah.
I mean, this was 8 months ago or something like that he got injured, and he looks good. If you watch
looks real good
moving around. He looks great. Looks like he lost weight, which is great, which he needs to do. If you're going to be over 300 pounds, you can't be big. Yeah. You're already big if you're 300 pounds. You have to stay light. And he looks like he shed some weight, and it looks like he's ready to come back. But yeah, you of course hope that he's there, but the fact that he's not, it's okay. But still a question mark with him, and he needs to do a lot.
We digressed from the schedule there, but let's hope Mekhi does well, comes back strong.
All right. So I got us winning 8-6 there, and then we are moving into the Bills. No. We did that.
I gotta say 8-6. Now we're moving another home game, so second home game to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
And I honestly think we beat them. I do. I like Trevor Lawrence. Don't get me wrong.
They're starting from scratch over there.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they're still going to be a little hungover from Urban Meyer. So,
dude, what a disaster. I don't think we've ever talked about that. What are your thoughts on Urban Meyer?
I didn't have any thoughts. I didn't think he was going to succeed. I don't know. People like that, you know what I mean? Like those big players, those big coaches like Saban. Like Saban never tried to come back up. College, running a college team is so much different than running a pro team, and I just don't think he had it. You know what I mean? He
Dude, what a
literally
mess.
kicked his kicker. Like,
Like probably, I mean, when you draft a Trevor Lawrence, number one overall pick, a guy who's supposed to lift your franchise, and then you have an Urban Meyer talking to him every single day. I mean, what a disaster start for that kid. You
yeah,
almost feel bad for him.
yeah.
Because he was honestly put in the worst position possible.
I liked him. I love Zach. But I wanted Lawrence. You know what I
Of
mean?
course. Yeah.
If it would have been, if we were first pick overall, I think we would have gotten him. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I still like how Zach throws the ball better than Lawrence. I think he's got a quicker
quick
release. And I think that he just
Thanks.
needs to figure this out. And I think if he figures that out, he's going to be potential top 15 quarterback next year.
Yeah. All right. Seahawks.
So where are you? I got us at 9-6. Where are you right
I
now?
got us at 9-6 as well.
These are the last two games of the season, right?
Yeah.
Seahawks, Dolphins. All right. What do you got?
I got to win.
Same.
We're going to Seattle. So again,
Who
that's
they got? Geno Smith throwing the ball? Give me a break.
Yeah.
We've seen that show before. I mean,
Jamal Adams, blitz
oh,
boy.
Jamal Adams.
That'll be his revenge game.
I've seen that play.
Yeah.
And it stinks.
Stinks. All right. And then Finns, close it out. We're going down to Florida.
Yeah, I want
W,
you to go.
W, baby, huh?
Yeah, I got us losing that one.
Oh, okay. I got us winning. I told you, man, I got us sweeping the Finns. So
hold on. So I was at 10-6 beforehand. Where were you at?
all right. So I'm at 11. I'm at 11-6.
All right.
11-6 for the entire season. That's what I got.
And I'm at 10-7.
So, and again, like I said, swing games, Baltimore, you never know. We could come out swinging. That brings us up one, but then we could lose to the Packers. We could lose to the Vikings. So we could lose to the Seahawks. I think there are a lot of swing games, but again, if we want to see the progression that I think we're going to see, and we want to see that push that Douglas and Salah are talking about, I think we got to win those games. And
yeah,
I have us definitely over 5.5 wins for sure.
I put $100 on that.
Good. You should.
It's like $170 payout, but dude, 5.5 wins. I think that's the most bet over in the NFL right now.
Oh yeah.
I think I saw 5.5 is. I mean, dude, you got to win 5-6 games. You got to win 6 games. I mean, and this is my thing. I was thinking about this the other day. Let's say we win 6 or 7 games, which I will not be happy with. I mean, there's some people out there like,
be happy with that.
They're like, oh, 7 wins. You're really showing, production. You're really showing. Dude, Darnold won 7 wins. He had 7 wins.
Yeah.
And that was, I think they ended the season with like a 4-game winning streak or something like that. And we were like, oh, can't wait for next year. It looks like we're really building. That there, I really
if we get let me look it up. It's Okunjobi. I know it is.
Well, Okeechobee is like a town down in Florida.
And Alexander. If we get those two.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what's scary about
it is Ogunjobi, Larry Ogunjobi and Quan Alexander. We get those two. That tells me we're in win now.
Yeah.
Our offense. I don't see what else we add on the offense. I really don't. But that middle of that defense, and then Ogunjobi being another, not necessarily a run stuffer, but like another solid defensive tackle.
Yeah, it's depth pieces at this point. If we're able to get them, obviously fantastic. But if we're not, you're just adding depth pieces at this point. I think we have everything put in place that you need to get 10 wins. I truly think 10-7 is not that unrealistic.
Yeah.
From a lot of people who are not Jet fans. And obviously the Jets have been the laughingstock in the NFL for the past 10 years, I guess you could say. They will laugh at that, but I don't think 10-7 is that far fetched. I think we can do it. But just so much rides on Zach Wilson's shoulders.
And like you said at the beginning of the beginning of the video, man, the Bengals showed us it's possible. So you see these stories in sports but
the Bengals had Joe Burrow. I mean, like it was all Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
That dude will
and Jamar Chase.
Sure. But someone was throwing him the ball.
We've got Wilson and Wilson connection, baby.
I love it. I would love for them to be the new Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. 11-6, 10-7. We'll have to see. Those are optimistic records. I think.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
with some of those swing games that we both went on the other side. But
11-6, 10-7 could very easily be 7-10 or 8-9. So
oh yeah, very
you know,
easily. But
very
again,
easily.
I don't. If we don't win 8 games, I see this as just a complete loss of an offseason.
I agree.
I think
it's hard. It's hard to disagree with that.
If they wouldn't have made the acquisitions and had the draft that they had, I might have said 7 to 8. But the fact that we just brought in so much talent, and they should have, with the amount of cap space that they had,
Yeah,
with how much money they could spend, with the
love
guys.
the DJ Reed signing, love the Whitehead
Yeah.
signing. So
And that's what you want. You don't want to expect, a 5 to 6 win season, obviously.
yeah,
Where I think, no, whatever. All right, 10-7, 11-6.
let's do it.
That's it.
11-6.
All right, everybody. Thank y'all so much for watching. This is a longer episode of Jets Therapy, but we needed it. We've been holding
That's
a
right.
lot in for a while, and this is therapeutic for us to get it out.
That is. All right, we'll talk about our next video coming out probably sometime around OTAs. Maybe, maybe we do some One Jets Drive reaction video kind of thing this year. We'll see. We'll talk it up.
I love whoever's producing those videos are studs.
Absolute
Some of the best
killer
ever
social
seen.
media and marketing team we
Yeah.
have. So yeah.
We got it all going on right now.
Yeah, we do.
We're a winning team. We got the whole media thing going. All right. See everybody later. JETS, baby.
Jets, Jets, Jets.